Hey guys, it's Rebecca Oberstadt. It is currently about 1 o'clock in the morning when I'm recording this, but I've been thinking about this since yesterday evening. I watched my friend Carol, who you guys will be seeing a video with her very soon on my channel. This will probably go up after that because I've been editing that today. I did go see Carol when she was in Orlando, and she posted a video on her channel today talking about some things that kind of like made me think. And I guess you could consider this is Real Talk with Rebecca, episode 3. Because I will be playing with makeup in this episode, but I'm going to be talking about some real issues that affect women of different ages that a lot of people might not think about. So, to start off this, I'm 39 years old. I just turned 39. I have dark circles that I've had since I was little. I still get breakouts. I have fine lines under my eyes. I have pores on my face. I have gray hair. I'm sure you can see them in there. I have gray hair. And I wrinkle my forehead. I furrow my brows. I wrinkle my forehead. I have these natural little expression lines on my face. And you know what? They're perfectly okay because they're supposed to be there. It shows that I'm not 20 anymore. It shows that I have experience and that I have maybe a little bit more knowledge than I did 20 years ago. So I'm okay with those. But there's a few things that I've noticed that people are doing that they're basically age shaming people. And my friend Carol is not even, she's maybe a smidge over a decade older than me. I think she's 50 or 51. So she's not that much older than me. And she's had a stroke and has very limited use of one of her hands. And I too have had a stroke, and I have had no use of my hand for years. So the fact that I can do this now is a miracle to me, but she still struggles every day because of the kind of stroke that she had. And if you want, I will link the Real Talk with Rebecca on episode 1, part 1 and 2, because my friend Amanda also has had a series of strokes recently. And I go into detail about what happened with mine, how she had hers, and maybe Carol, I can get her to record hers, and I will link hers down below whenever she feels comfortable to put it up. But the way that we put our makeup on is different. Everybody's different. So I wanted to try and show you, I am ambidextrous. I can use both my hands, which is probably why it was so frustrating for me not to have use of my left hand, because I do a lot with it. So I figured I would do like a makeup look today and try and only use my left hand and show you that just because of the way you hold something that you think is the right way doesn't necessarily mean it's wrong. It just means that that's how it works for you. So I'm not going to do like a whole lot of face stuff. Again, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning here. I'm starting off with the wrong hand. I have 3 of these shades. I did go and buy, that's Fair Warm. I did go buy Medium Beige, which is like their warm undertone concealer, but it looks awfully orange. And I'm not going to use any like corrector today. Maybe I should mix those together like on something else first before I put them on my skin. And of course, I turned the camera on and my battery wants to flash at me. My lips have been peeling lately, so I've got like dry skin all over the place. And since I already have it in my hand, I might as well use it for a blush. I'm going to use this brush for contour. I think I'm going to do contour first. It's freshly washed, so it looks like it's not picking up any product, and it's got cat hair on it. I tell you what, with my left hand, I'm a much softer touch. I guess I beat up the other side. I beat up my face with my left or with my right hand. go. I think because the brush is freshly washed, it's like, oh, the other side's gonna be difficult. See, the thing is, when you have a disability of some sort, be it physical or whatever, you don't think about how other people do things. How does a left-handed person put makeup on? To them, it's perfectly normal. But for somebody like me, who doesn't use their left hand all the time, it makes you think. I'm like slow. I'm having to like stop and literally like think about what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna go into this palette here. There's also a bronzer in here. So I'm gonna go into the Hoola bronzer in here, and then I'll tap this out again, and I have the only Kat Von D product I've ever bought. Oh, look, you can actually see the pigment on that. But the only Kat Von D product that I've bought personally is in this palette. So knowing me and knowing my style and preference to do certain things, I am finding it a little bit hard to use my left hand to do makeup application just on my face, which should be pretty easy, you would think. But think about it from somebody's perspective that has a stroke and they have to hold their brush like this or like this, okay? And this is how they have to hold their brush. You know what, that's actually a little bit easier. Hey, look at that. Okay, well, I'm liking this way to hold it better. That makes more sense. You learn something new every day. And I do have another blush I'm going to be using too. I have the Madison Miller X04 blush. I really like this blush. And I just got into a Secret Santa type group on Twitter with my friend Makeup Geek 44. And I really want to like get this blush for people because it's so pretty and it blends out so beautifully. Carol holds her brushes like this. And I think she's caught something there. Okay. Learn something new every day. And then I always take, maybe I'll try it this way. I don't know. I think that doing something a little bit out of your comfort zone might not only train your brain to do something a little bit different, but you never know what kind of techniques that you learn just by holding it with a different hand. Even if you are not ambidextrous, I'm challenging you to do something different. All right, I'm going to be using this. I have an Ofra highlight and an Elizabeth Mott highlight in this palette. I'm going to be using both of those. Again, I'm going to try her trick. I see her hold her brushes like this all the time, and she makes a comment about don't say something about how she holds her brushes, because that's what she has to do, because again, she's had a stroke. But I think that holding my brush the other way helps me like blend a little bit easier. And I have a little bit more control when I use it this way. Maybe it's kind of mimicking what the other hand would naturally do. I think I'm going to go ahead and do lips. I've got the Flower Beauty. This is in Spice Petal. Actually about the same shade as this Madison Miller blush, so that works. Eyes, because I don't have any eye products besides what is in this little palette from my Shop My Stash, because the other palette I ordered hasn't even shipped yet, I'm going to just be using these. And I only have the one matte shade, so, and I don't know if you guys can see this or not because my viewfinder is broken. I've got this matte shade, I've of course got my bronzer that I can use, so I'm going to be doing something with these. But I want to see how applying an eye color also works with using my left hand. because, again, it's not what I'm used to using. And trying to figure out how to hold my brushes with my left hand is really making me think. Now this brush is kind of easy to use because it's an angled brush. This is a Moto Pro eyeshadow brush. Fall out. But I want to say, for those of you out there that worry about having wrinkles and gray hair and fine lines and pores on your face, or furrows on your forehead, or smile lines by your eyes, even these furrows here, these you have no control over. What it is where your nasolabial fold is right here on the side of your nose. Depending on how deep this is, depends on how deep these are, because it's all connected. So it always kind of like bugs me when women like tear themselves down over the fact that, oh, they talk about how foundation creases here, or like I have a crease right here in my chin, right here, because of how far out the bottom of my lip juts out. So, and my chin sticks out, and my neck isn't completely straight. My neck, I have like all of this stuff here that's part of like the bottom of my, it's part of my throat, that when I do this, it does give me like weird little wrinkle things. And people call it my like double chin. I don't care. But when I turn sideways, my neck is slanted instead of going straight and then down. It's slanted. It's an angle. So I think that women are way too harsh on themselves when it comes to our looks. And society does have a lot to do with that. They're the ones that are saying that, we need to look a certain way, we need to wear our makeup a certain way, we need to wear our hair a certain way. No, we don't. Do what makes you feel beautiful. If you don't like wearing bright, bold colors on your eye makeup because it makes you feel uncomfortable, then don't wear them. But if you want to rock a fluorescent orange and green and purple look and walk out of your house with blue lipstick on, then do it. The battery died. I said, if you want to walk out of your house and you feel beautiful in that makeup, then do it. Because the only person who is going to hinder you from doing what you want to do is you. Going into a teal, like a sparkly teal color. We'll see how this works. Hello? Yeah, a little bit of pigment this time. It is a shimmer shade, so maybe I should be using a flat brush than a fluffy one. I don't even know what brand this is. I can't even get it out. It's this one right here. I don't know what brand it is. But it's like a frosted looking shadow or a shimmer shadow. I had Kat Von D powder on everything. Oh, I just got blue fallout all the way on my nose. You guys see that? Alright, let's try Carol's trick. She always said something, in her video about even when it looks blended, blend some more. I can't agree more. But holding it this way seems to be a little bit easier. Yeah, I think I need a denser brush. Because like I said, it's a shimmer shade, so. And I'm also loading the brush with my left hand as well. There, pigment. That's a little better. But I want to open up the conversation, and I want you guys to tell me in the comments down below, what is one thing that people say to you about your appearance that bugs you? Be it your gray hair, your wrinkles, your smile lines, your size, your makeup skills, the color of your skin, your eyes, the color of your hair, any of that. Whatever somebody says about you personally, about how you look, and tell me how you feel when they tell you that, and then what you wish people would say instead. And then we will open this up to a discussion in the comments, and then I will come back and we can discuss these in like a part 2, but I'll do it live and we will talk about what you guys talked about in the comments, if you want. Because I think until we start to build each other up and to not really give a rat's ass what anybody has to say negative about us, nothing's going to change. And I think it might help others to see what the struggles are that we personally go through, and then it'll make them think, oh yeah, well so-and-so does this to me and I really don't like it because, and I wish they would just say X, Y, and Z. Like for me. Now on YouTube it's a whole different story, but in person I have always had people make fun of how big my nose is my entire life. That's all I've been told. I'm too tall, I'm too thin, and I have a huge schnoz. Well, they're right. I'm tall. I've almost always been thin. Even when I was pregnant, it just looked like I ate a watermelon with one kid and a basketball with the other. And I do have a big nose. And that sucker works quite well. And for its size, it ought to. But that has always bothered me. It's always bothered me that people have pointed out my weight. It's always bothered me that people have pointed out my nose size. It's always bothered me that people comment on how tall I am. I have no control over that. I had no control over shooting up to 5 foot tall at 6 years old. I honestly had no control over that. I didn't have any control over being taller than everybody else in my class. I didn't have control over being taller than most of the boys all the way up until high school. I had no control over any of that. But I got picked on for it. Over something I couldn't control. Just like I can't control the wrinkles on my face that have been growing for umpteen years. I have an eyelash that is like twisted sideways into my eye. It's making my eye itch. I have eyelashes that grow where they're not technically supposed to, and sometimes when I hit them with a makeup brush it causes them to curl down in my eye, so that's what that is. I think I'm liking this so far. So for me, that is something that I kind of wish people would just, not stick their nose in my business about. Because, like I said, I have no control over how tall I was, how fast I grew, any of that kind of stuff. I didn't have any control over that. But yet, people always took the time to point it out, that I was taller than everybody in my class, or that, oh my gosh, you're so tall, or don't you ever eat? You're super thin. Yes, bitch, I eat. I eat all the damn time. If I see it, I eat it. If it's not something I don't like, I put it in my mouth and I chew it. If it's something I don't like, I put it in my mouth, I chew it, I spit the shit back out. Or, do you have an eating disorder? You're awfully thin. No. Well, yes, I have a seafood disorder. I see food, I eat it. And now that I'm almost 40, my seafood diet is slowly starting to catch up to me. Doing this on the other eye might be challenging because of my schnoz. Using Carol's trick here. I like Carol's trick. The way she holds her brushes helps me with my left hand. One of the other things that people have always talked about me, besides my nose and my height and my weight, is I've always had people tell me I'm too smart for my own good. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think being too smart is an issue. I think it's a good thing. I like to read. I like to understand things. I like to know what's going on, for the most part. I like to understand how things work and why things work the way that they do. I like to ask questions and be educated on things, even if it has absolutely nothing to do with me. I'm curious. I like to know. Some people might just think I'm a nosy bitch, but I just really am curious. I'm kind of liking that. But, you know, there's like some things that they want to pick on you about. And there's certain things that people can't really do anything about. Like, I can't do anything about how tall I am. I have absolutely no control over that whatsoever. And, like I was saying, the wrinkles on my forehead, I've had those since I was little. As far as I know, the only thing that would help those is Botox, and only lasts for like 6 months, or you could get filler, and that only lasts for 6 months, so the hell's the point? Like, really. Alright, I'm gonna do some clear brow gel and see. I don't know. I like my brows today, so this is a new brow gel for me. Okay, mascara's gonna be hard. Mascara's gonna be funny. Oh, should I attempt liner? I don't know, I'm kind of liking the pastel vibe in my look. Alright. Let's try the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. Oh, this is gonna be scary. I'm gonna set it down. Well, wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't decorate an eye. Almost got my nose. Whoop, I did get my nose. Huh. Damn things always get in the way. Well, I did a lot better on the mascara than I anticipated. Kinda shocked. Kinda shocked. Let's see if I can erase that off with my beauty sponge. Ta-da, like new. Oh, this video is gonna be long. Alright, just to fix that spot. Guess I got mascara up there too and didn't notice it. So that's a full face doing, well, you know, mine is corrector and I don't usually use foundation, and I didn't use liner or brow product, but for the most part, full face, using my left hand. So what do you guys think? I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks like I need more blush, but I think I always need more blush. I think I have an issue with needing more blush. But hopefully this is giving you guys something to think about, like what people say does matter to us, and even if they don't mean it the bad way, like in a bad way, it can still hurt. And I think a lot of people don't think about that when they say something. They just think that, oh, well, I'm just being helpful. Well, you can also being a bitch, but you know, I think that if we can honestly talk about with somebody else how we feel about what somebody says that affects us, not only is that going to lighten our load a little bit, you're not going to burden somebody else, but you might get them to think. So by thinking about, oh, when you know, so-and-so says that I hate your big nose, or you have a big ugly nose. Well, I've had it for, my common response is, well, I've had it for almost 40 years. It's stuck on my face, has been for all my life. I said, I might as well like it. And they're like, oh, how can you like a nose that big? That thing is so ugly. I says, well, have you seen your face? Those are like comebacks that I have used. And they're not really appropriate, but they work. You get people to shut the hell up sometimes. But instead of saying like a comeback, why don't you say, your comment is very rude and it hurts my feelings. I really wish you wouldn't say that. Because I've heard that my entire fucking life. Do you think I don't know I have a big nose? If we turn around and say something like that, it might be like, and they're going to be like, and they'll be offended that you said something about their nasty comment, and then they'll be like, and you'll be like, gee, did I hurt your feelings? Did you need a tissue? And be like, that's how I feel every time you put me down, or every time you talk negative about me, or every time you talk shit about something on me that I have no effect over. I didn't pick my nose, I didn't pick my eyes, didn't pick my hair color, didn't pick my skin color, didn't pick how tall I was or how big I was or any of that. I didn't pick any of that. I didn't pick my parents, I didn't pick my siblings, didn't pick where I was born, didn't pick any of that. I had no control over it. So why is it okay for other people to put us down for things out of our control? It's not. So I guess you could say it's kind of like dialing back bullying. And some people will be like, oh, calling it bullying is just like sweeping the issue under the rug. It's not bullying. They're just making a comment or an observation. Well, yes. But to some people, they hear it every day, all day long, multiple times, and it does become bullying. So why don't we take it back and bring it back around and be like, look, that shit hurts my feelings. This is how you make me feel when you say shit like that. And I don't like it. So stop. And see what kind of reaction you get, and see if it changes the situation. It might make things worse. If it makes things worse, and they're just a shit person, and you don't need them in your life, and that's how I feel. But if it makes them think, and makes them think, oh, well, that hurts their feelings, and maybe I should rethink how I think things, or say things, or maybe just not say the shit out loud. Keep it to yourself. Maybe, just maybe, we can change somebody else's thinking. So I'm going to leave you guys with that here. And if you want to leave some comments down below on things people say to you or that you've heard multiple times and how it makes you feel and why you feel that way and what you would like them to do differently, and we will discuss it in the comment section. And let me know on yes or no you want me to do like a part 2 of this, and we'll do it in a live stream. And let me know day and time that's good for you, and I will sit down and do a live stream like recap of this video, and let's get the conversation started. So I'm Rebecca Oberstadt. I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Have a fantastic day or night wherever you are. I'm gonna go record another video, a depotting video. I can smell my flat iron from here, and then I'm gonna have fun doing that for an hour or so. Anyways, I will see you guys later. Bye.